Hello, welcome back to NeoEnglish, the podcast where you learn practical English to talk about today's news.
Hi, everyone. Today we have a very interesting topic. It's about a study linking physical activity in preteens, so kids around age 11 with better mental health when they are older.
Yes, this news is from the Washington Post, and it's about how doing sports or being active at a young age might help young people feel better mentally when they grow up.
Let's start with the story. Researchers looked at children who did organized sports at age 11. Organized sports is a phrase you might not know. It means sports with teams and coaches, like basketball or soccer, not just playing for fun.
Good point. So, if a child plays soccer on a school team, that's organized sport. If a child kicks a ball in the park with friends, that's not usually organized.
That's right. The researchers discovered that kids who played organized sports at 11 were less likely to get a mental health diagnosis as teenagers. A diagnosis means a doctor said they had a mental health problem, like anxiety or depression.
They also found that just being physically active every day made a difference. For every extra hour of activity at age 11, the risk of getting a mental health diagnosis at age 18 was 12% lower.
Let's explain what risk means here. Risk is the chance that something bad will happen. For example, if you eat too much sugar, you have a higher risk of getting sick. Or, wearing a seatbelt lowers your risk in a car accident.
Yes. So, in this study, being active lowers the risk or chance of mental health problems later.
Mental health is another important phrase. Mental health means how healthy your mind is, how you feel, how you handle stress, and if you feel happy or sad.
For example, if someone says, exercise helps my mental health, they mean it helps them feel better emotionally. Or, talking to friends is good for your mental health.
Now let's review some new vocabulary you heard today. Organized sports, sports with teams, coaches, and often schedules. Mental health, how healthy your mind and emotions are. Diagnosis, when a doctor says you have a health problem. Risk, the chance that something bad may happen. Physical activity, moving your body to be healthy like running, swimming, or cycling.
Here's some phrases. Lower risk means to reduce the chance of something bad. Correlated with, if two things are correlated, it means they happen together. For example, rain is correlated with using umbrellas. Or studying hard is correlated with getting good grades.
Let's try to explain the article in another way to make sure you understand. Imagine you are 11 years old. If you play basketball on a team or do dance classes every week, you are doing organized sports. Later, when you are 18, you might feel happier and have better mental health than if you didn't do those activities.
And if you walk or play every day, that's physical activity. Each hour you are active, your risk of problems like depression goes down by 12%. So, the more you move, the better it is for your mind later.
This is important for parents to know, and for everyone around teenagers. Being active physically helps not just your body, but also your mind.
Let's recap the vocabulary and phrases. We learned about organized sports, mental health, diagnosis, risk, and physical activity. We also talked about lower risk and correlated with.
And we told the story of how a study found that being active at age 11 helps teenagers have better mental health at age 18. For every hour of activity, they had a lower risk of mental health diagnosis.
If you want to understand more news in simple English every day, don't forget to subscribe to Neo English. See you next time.
Bye everyone. Keep moving and keep learning.